Hi, welcome to another Behind the Line with me, Chef Danny Davies. Cuisine, collab and cocktails. We'll be talking to some of the hottest yacht chefs around. Hi Halyna.
Hi Danny.
Nice to meet you.
Nice
We're here in
you.
Beautiful sunny day. Maybe not.
Very sunny.
So
well, we are sunshines.
Yeah, we are sunshines. You are beautiful, like shining.
You too, thank you.
So I've not met you before, so tell me a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm originally from Ukraine. I was born in Ukraine and raised in Argentina and traveled around the world cooking. I also had my TV show and I've been in yachting for the past 2 years and a half.
2 years and a half,
yeah.
Awesome. So are you on a boat now or have you just left one?
Yeah, I just finished the charter in beautiful San Lorenzo with beautiful family, beautiful crew, and I'm on holidays.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Do you have another boat to go to, or you just kind of see what's out there and taking a break?
Yeah, I'm having some offers, but I'm actually looking at a big sailing boat.
Oh yeah? Have you done a sailing boat before?
I've done some sailing boats, but I've never been to 50-60 meter sailing boats. Yeah, that's a new challenge, that's a plan, and I would really like to cross Atlantic.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh cool, yeah. It's a long old go, right?
Yeah.
It's like 7 days straight across.
Yeah. Do you
no,
like
it's more, it's like
water?
14 days across. I've only ever done motorboats.
Only motorboats?
Yeah.
I think sailing is completely different kind of...
Yeah, all the galley tilts, right?
Yeah, I've been on 60-foot sailing boat, and trust me, everything moves like this, you cook like this, it's very, very, very funny. It's an experience.
So how did you become a chef?
Well, I started cooking since I remember myself, when I was 5 or 6 years old.
Wow, that young, hey?
That's young, yeah. In my family, everybody cook. My mom, my dad, my grandmother, my sister. So we had our farm and we had our village with my grandmother.
And this is not Argentina, right?
No, I'm talking about Ukrainian, so Ukrainian childhood. So you grow your own vegetables and the fruits, and you create your own dishes with what you grow.
What you grow, right?
Exactly.
So like
and
completely self-sustainable.
Yeah, healthy, organic, and you wake up, you open your eyes, you go and grab all the raspberries, strawberries, you make your fruit plate in the morning. And then with my grandmother, we used to prepare all the food for winter, so it's kind of conservation, you know.
Yeah, all the pickling.
Yes. Ah, that was beautiful. So I think from my family, from my mom, my grandmother, I picked up all those, you know, passion about cooking, and I was just cooking and cooking and cooking. I started to study. I went to do different internships with amazing, great chefs in the world, in Brazil, in Argentina, and Uruguay. Then I had my TV show in Mexico, also about cooking. And
so that's you have a YouTube channel?
Yeah, I do. So there you can find some recipes for Mexican food mostly. That's where I was exploring Mexican cuisine. And you can find some very funny stuff over there.
That's awesome. So how did you get into the yacht world then?
Well, one of my friends, he's a yacht chef. So I had the chance to be introduced to an amazing family who took me for my first trip to Bahamas, and I was blown away. I said, I'm staying here. That's my home. I will cook. I'm gonna cook. I'm gonna be on the ocean every day as much as I can. And I'm very grateful to my friend chef, that he could introduce me to this industry, and I could share my knowledge and my food with
So
clients.
what was the first boat you went on? Was it big one, small one?
So that was a small boat. It was probably 60 foot.
Okay.
Yeah, but very nice family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how did you find like the difference between working in restaurants to moving over to yachts? Was that a hard transition or something you found easy?
The work in the restaurant and work based on land is completely different to what is yachting. You cook for guests on land and you cook for guests and for crew on the boat. There is movement, there is traveling. I think it's much easier to cook on land than be a yacht chef.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah, I totally agree. Because like once you're out on the water, that's you, right? That
yeah.
You've got all that stuff that you've got, and that's what you've got, and you've got to perform. You've got to deliver every night.
Yeah, exactly.
And different stuff every night as well.
Yeah, it's non-stop.
Yeah.
You are on the boat 24 hours. There's no way to escape. Go home, you know, walk. You can walk on the boat, especially when you're an anchor.
What do you like to do? I don't know. Like in the past, a really good experience you've had. Maybe a guest has been super excited about your food, or you've been to a beautiful location or something like that?
Yeah, I've traveled in very good, very beautiful locations. I met a lot of grateful clients, a lot of grateful crew members. So I've been cooking here for a celebrity family. I have some special clients here, which I do love very much. And in the end, they just applaud you, and you see all those happy faces. And it's like, they really love my food.
So tell me about your typical day on a charter.
On a charter, if you're very lucky and you have a very, very good captain, and if you have guests who wake up and have their breakfast at 11, then you could probably wake up at 7. But normally, we chefs wake up 5:30 or 6, and we think about food.
So you kind of up around 6:30
yeah,
in the galley?
6:30,
you start with your
breakfast, your preps, whatever you need.
Do you make croissants and pastries and things like that?
It depends. It depends. If you work from 6 o'clock in the morning till late 12, midnight, you don't have really much time to make your own. Sometimes we prepare frozen croissants, sometimes we buy frozen croissants, or sometimes we pre-cook them before the trip starts and keep them frozen. Sometimes you have a very nice captain who lets your chef sleep a little bit, and he knows who he is, and he wakes up and he puts croissants in the oven so the chef can sleep extra half an hour, and he's ready with croissants for guests, for the first one who wakes up.
Who's that captain?
Everybody wants to work with that captain.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. So normal day starts at 6, then we do, if we have time, we do breakfast for crew, some smoothies, some scrambled eggs, then breakfast for the guests, then lunch for crew at 12, then lunch for guests at 1 o'clock, then dinner at 5 for crew, then canapes for guests 5:30, then the dinner for guests, and then we clean the galley, and we end up dead, face in the pillow. And then we sleep and we dream about the food. Constantly thinking about cooking.
And what's your style of cooking? What do you like to cook?
Well, since I've been raised in Argentina, I have a very big influence of my maestros, my teachers. I cook very healthy food, very Argentinian, Brazilian and Mexican style. I like to do beautiful presentations, but sometimes people just want something like super basic and they don't let you really create. Yeah.
And what do you prefer to do? Like very creative, artistic
things? I do like create, because for me, I think that the most boring thing in cooking is just make like family style restaurant food, put in the different plates. It's boring. I like to create. I like to put flowers. I like to mix colors. I like to make something new, because cooking for me is kind of art. It's like creating a painting. It's like creating a piece of art.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. What kind of things in the galley do you need to have? Like, what's nice to have? Like the big Paco jets, or is this something that you like to use? What kind of things do you like to use in the galley?
So before I join the boat, I make my checklist. I check my blender, I check my oven. They should be degreased, clean, because personally me, I cannot cook in the oven which is dirty. So first things, to degrease the oven, to degrease filters, check all equipment which the boat has, and if it doesn't have, then you buy it. I love to use my KitchenAid, good and sharp knives, which is the most important thing. Without knife, we cannot go anywhere.
Yeah, basic tool, right?
Yes.
Is there any brand that you like?
Yeah, I like, show me the one that you like.
Yeah.
And Japanese knives are really also nice. And of course, I always carry with me my stone.
Sharpening stone.
It's my sharpening stone for terms of protection. To sharp knives.
And to keep any deckhands away.
No! Yeah, so yeah, knives are very important. Sharp knives, clean galley, all necessary equipment that makes your life easy when you cook and create your dishes.
And do you use anything like a sous vide machine or dehydrator, Paco jet, something like that?
I do some preparation. I use a lot of, I do dehydrating in the oven sometimes. Also like old-fashioned dehydrating, and then just keep it.
What's your kind of favourite comfort foods, like something from your childhood or something you like to eat?
My favourite food is probably the food that is coming from my childhood. Maybe it's some traditional Ukrainian food. We have this nice borscht, which is a red soup. And then something that I really like is apple pie that my father used to cook.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, he used to cook it for International Women's Day. to make all this, you know, decorations.
Oh, yeah.
He would hide himself in the kitchen for hours, and he would never let anybody get in, and he would just create everything, and then he would just surprise all of us 3 girls in the house. So he was just creating flowers and all the decorations and some leaves. He would be like a sculptor making that apple pie, and in the end it would be all crispy and brown and beautiful with apples. Our own apples from our own farm.
Oh, that's lovely. Yeah. Who would you like to cook for, and why? Like anybody in history or is alive now that you could cook for? Who would you? Who would
I do like?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I think I miss my family. I would cook first for my dad and for my mom.
Oh, that's lovely.
Yes, and I don't know. There's so many interesting people that I would like to cook for. Are you talking about Hollywood?
Yeah, you could talk about stars.
Yeah, I would like to cook for David Beckham.
What would you make for David?
I would surprise him. Yes, I would make it. Probably for some actors from Hollywood.
Mm-hmm. And what would you cook for them?
Maybe some fusion stuff. Maybe some, I don't know, I would just ask them what they like.
Yeah.
Also, because it's very important.
Yeah, to give people what they like.
Yeah.
Kind of lead me on to my next question. So, when you have charter guests, do you have menus that you go with, or like how do you get ready for a charter? Like, tell me what's kind of 2 days out from a charter. How do you deal with it?
Well, normally first we find out who are the guests and what do they eat, if they're allergic to any food. Some guests are so nice that they even send you the whole menu for 20 days and they say, we want this, this and this. We don't eat this and this. We had a guest and he was planning with his family the whole trip for 20 days. So practically you go to Bahamas with all menu, day by day, and you buy exactly the same amount and quantity of food that you will need for this time. Practically first you make your preference list, and then you start shopping. You create your menus if you don't have one.
Do you have a set of menus that you use for charters, or? I
do have my menus. I can offer my menus for a week or how many days the charter is, and then they just select what they want. And then on the base of that you go and do your shopping.
Yeah. Who inspired you in your early days of cooking, like to get you into cooking? Was there anyone that was inspirational in your life?
Yeah, when I was living in São Paulo, my inspiration was Paola Carosella. She was already having different restaurants in Argentina and I was following her. But then I had a chance to meet one of her relatives who took me to her restaurant. At that time, Arturito, which is one of the most amazing restaurants in Brazil, and it's marked as one of the top 50 restaurants in Latin America. When I came there, I said I want to learn how to cook with this woman, and I asked her for internship.
Yeah, and how long did you work there?
I spent months with her. I was cooking with different chefs, with different people who were in different positions in that restaurant. That is where you actually learn, because you learn rhythm, you learn to do different parts, from pasta to pizza, from salads and all entries, and every day you change the chef. And that restaurant for me was the high standard, and she was an inspiration. She started to cook when she was very young, and slowly first she opened the restaurant Cuisine, and then after that she opened Arturito. And now she's one of the best chefs and well-known chefs in the world. She's having her TV show, and she's teaching, coaching, and she's my inspiration.
Who's thinking of getting into becoming a yacht chef?
Okay, if you want to start, you can start your career as a cook stew, which is very, I think, it's difficult because you have to do 3 jobs at once sometimes. You have to cook, to clean, to maintain cabins, plus sometimes you have to help with fenders and washing the boats and whatever the captain is asking you for outside on the deck. But you can start cooking. You cook for crew, go and step up as a crew chef, start cooking more and more and more, and then if you have a chance and you have good presentations, you start applying as a chef. Always starting, progressing, checking with other chefs what they do, how they do, because in between chefs we help each other.
And how do you get that? Do you use social media to link up with other chefs?
We have a group for chefs. where you can talk with other chefs. Sometimes we share jobs between chefs and chefs. If I cannot go somewhere, I have my friends chefs who I can send to work instead of me. And actually I had some girls which were cook stews, and they were great in cooking, and I'm happy I inspired them. Now they are working as yacht chefs. They are in high demand because sometimes you can meet a very, very good cook and not very, very good chef.
So do you use, to get freelance jobs, do you use agents, or do you use like WhatsApp groups and Facebook groups to find out these jobs?
We have Facebook groups, different pages, you have agents, then you just recommendations. Because sometimes the client likes you and they call you back. The captain is happy with you and they call you back.
Is there anything you'd like to change in yachting? Anything you'd see differently? If you could go back to when you first started to where you are now, is there anything you would change?
I wish I would have this experience that I have now 2.5 years ago. I wouldn't make probably mistakes of choosing the wrong boat and working for the wrong captain, because you don't know a lot of rules of yachting, you don't know things about safety on the boat, safety in the galley, and I would really like to have all this experience and knowledge that I got now.
Are there any tips you could give to anyone who's coming in now?
Yes, yes, of course. You come to the boat, you have an interview with your captain, and you immediately see who you're dealing with. You have great captains who immediately would offer you a contract, a crew joining form. They would show you the boat. They would tell you about the crew, about the owners, about the program. They would collect from you all necessary documents to join the boat. They would do safety with you. They would do drills. Of course, you have to have your STCW and have basic knowledge about the ocean and about yachting. But still, you are dealing with a good captain. So I think the good captain is a key for joining the right boat.
It's good advice. What's next for you? Where do you see yourself going? What's in the future?
Well, I have a lot of plans for my future. So I have my bucket list. I wish to cross Atlantic on a sailboat. I would like to go cooking with some great chefs. Probably I would go to Japan. I would stay 1 month in Italy just eating. Just eating. Probably also in France. And travel the world. Cook and travel the world. Enjoy.
Sounds like a good plan.
Yeah. Love and eat.
Thanks for tuning in. See you next time for more chefy content and Triton news.